Real Metal. I am your host, Mark. Joining me this week, we have Ben and James. And just in time for the Christmas season, we watched Cradle of Fear. For some reason. Now, Ben, had you seen this movie before?
Yeah, I saw this when it came out about 16 years ago. So I was about 16, like this.
Yeah.
I rented it from Blockbuster. And watched it once, that was it, never saw it again.
James?
This is my first time watching the movie, and I was actually kind of impressed. I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
At this point, I usually play a trailer, but the trailer is just Cradle of Filth music and shots of the film, and YouTube will flag us for that immediately. So why don't we just... who wants to try to synopsize this?
Alright, cool. I mean, we're all going to have to try our hand at this one.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's basically 4 stories. Kind of Twilight Zone-esque. Just 4 stories, an anthology of stories. And they all involve Dani Filth in some way as the man.
Sometimes.
I think he's in all 4 of them. And there's no real explanation given. In fact, we had to look at the back of the case to kind of get the explanation of what it was. Apparently they're all linked through this 1 or 2 characters. And yeah, it's just kind of... It says it's revenge stories.
Yeah, well, there's a killer who was a hypnotist, which is explained on the back of the box. I don't know if it's really explained in the film at all.
No.
At the very end, he's yelling, "Hypnotize me! Hypnotize me!"
There's a whole thing with him wearing leather over his eyes.
So he's a hypnotist. He's been put in jail for these murders, and he has a list of people, like the judge in the case, the lead prosecutor, some other people, one of the cops that prosecuted him, and he's seeking revenge not on them but their family members, I think.
It's very mob style.
Yeah.
Very gangland mob style.
And Dani Filth is sort of involved in that. All right, we'll go through the stories. Let's talk about the first one.
So,
first film or part of the story is a girl in a club who's metal club, yeah, very gothed out, looking for a guy, and she sees Dani Filth
standing
just staring
amongst the crowd
with his rings.
Yeah, steely gaze, just nothing, like everything's going on around him.
Yeah.
Which might or might not be the Astoria 2 in London, which is now knocked down, but was a very popular metal venue for a while.
So she sleeps with Dani. He turns into a creature and then leaves, and she goes home with her friend, or she becomes pregnant with a tentacle baby.
Facehugger.
But this is it, right? So the girl in it is Emily Booth.
Yeah.
Emily Booth is quite well known in the horror circle in England, and she's done a lot of credits, like presenting stuff, presenting horror stuff and things like that on the Sci-Fi Channel and the Horror Channel and that. She's still around. And once they get together and they go back to her place, because it's quite artsy, it's all done with these kind of weird slow shots and weird angles that the rest don't appear to have. And once they get into bed together, it was actually really entertaining. Like the whole horror aspect of it with the strobe light and the whole tentacle, very H.P. Lovecraft creature thing. Had that was good.
She's seeing faces. People's faces are changing all the way to her friend's place.
Yeah, except that one guy who didn't change, he was just creepy.
He just looked weird.
Ugly dude. Just make that face again.
And then for some reason, tentacles shoot out of her stomach and kill her friend.
Because
they chop off her fingers.
No, they bite her.
It
was a very sexy scene.
There was nothing like with teeth or blades or anything that came out. It just kind of her fingers were just off
through her stomach.
Yeah.
With no creature coming out and doing it. I mean, so she's pregnant by Dani, we guess, and it is like Necronomicon baby. Like it's all got claws and crab-like.
It's a face hugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's just a puppet, I guess.
Yeah, and that's that story.
But that story, like before we move on to the others, we're going to come back to it. Like that, that's probably the best one in it, kind of, in terms of just continuity and just.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward. It's extremely gory.
Yeah, it looked cool and stuff like that. There were some cool effects in that one, like especially the weird baby thing.
Yeah. The coming out of her and all that kind of stuff was pretty good for what it was. It's a little misleading for what comes afterwards.
Looks like no one's in.
Well, let's do it then.
Let's talk about the next one.
What was the next one? The next one was
the two girls breaking into the house.
Oh, two girls breaking into the house. All right, so they break into this house. An old man is there. They don't know he's there, and they end up killing him for his money.
They find out he's deaf.
Yeah.
But she said, like, when they're outside the house, when we first see them, she said, I deliver Meals on Wheels to him. So she knew that an old man lived there.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he jumps out at them, she's like, where the fuck did he come from? It's like his bed, funnily enough. Like,
he's actually out of sleep.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the night. Who knew?
And he has a tin full of money for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so that story...
He's old, he doesn't believe in banks, I understand. Like, he keeps under his mattress and stuff.
Well, the one woman kills him, and then they decide to take a bath in his condo. They're bathing in his blood, rubbing each other down, and then the one woman says that she's told somebody. And like you don't think that all this time has gone by that she's had time to tell somebody?
Yeah, because
they're still in the apartment.
She told someone.
Yeah, she said.
And that's why she killed. That's why that.
So maybe they didn't have the bath in his place then.
They did, because when they got out, he was still there.
Fuck, I don't know.
Because she fell down the stairs, remember? At the end of it?
Should we cut and watch it again?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because they have the bath, which none of us assumed was actually in the house, because after you kill a person,
and then they come out of the bath and they're getting dressed in his clothing because it doesn't fit.
Oh my god, the pajama pants were his.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And then when she came home, she was in those the big clothing and stuff.
So why did she tell her sister?
I don't know.
Between the killing and the bathtub.
I guess so.
Should she phone her sister from his phone? Fuck. They really want to get caught.
Maybe she told her sister that they were going to do this?
Not that she killed him?
Yeah.
Weird, okay.
Maybe they were going to rob a house or something? I don't know.
Alright, so that happens.
So yeah, she kills her, she dies, the girl goes to leave, falls down the stairs, gets knocked out for hours on end, wakes up in the morning, walks home.
Wakes up in the morning, goes upstairs, both bodies are gone.
True, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then she goes home to be approached by the two corpses.
Yeah, who both kind of gang up on her and bottle her in the face with a broken bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, shove it.
That was an interesting story. Alright, there was a couple, they're living the high life, they're driving home from a bar, and they're doing blow on the way home, and they run into some drifter who's getting beaten up, and they ran over a Stella Artois, they ran over him, and checked to see if the car was dented, and then they ran away.
They don't come back to him at all. I know we're going to think this is going to wrap around, and they're going to... No.
And then they go home to celebrate, and they're having sex, and she starts taking his clothes off, and then you see that he's an amputee. And so she pulls his leg off and starts licking his stump.
Very into
for
it.
lack of a better term.
And not a effect stump, it's a real stump, it's a real amputee. They got an amputee and had him do a somewhat softcore fetish scene.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like I was saying, it's like a Cinemax softcore movie with gore.
So we have the people with the amputee, the guy with the amputee leg, and then he wants a leg. So he goes to his doctor, and his doctor's like, well, you can't afford a leg. So he goes to see some like smackhead that he knows, and and decides to take his leg.
What do you mean, my
Cuts
leg?
off his leg.
Lops it off with a knife.
He has a suitcase filled with ice cubes.
Yeah.
And he brings to the house.
He cuts the knife off, or he cuts the leg off with a knife at the top of the thigh. When he throws it in the suitcase full of ice, it's from the knee down.
This is the calf. And then he takes the leg to the doctor and has the leg put on his leg.
Good evening, Nick. Do you have an appointment?
And then his girlfriend comes home and there's a nurse helping him. She's like, oh, what's going on? What's this shit? And then the nurse goes away because the nurse is, for some reason, really, really hot.
Yeah.
He like takes the sheet off and there is his new leg that is a different colour to the rest of his body.
Yeah, she's just appalled and just shocked. Horrified. And then there's like a Rocky-esque training montage of them walking and training with his new leg.
Oh.
And he's finally good enough. He comes walking out the door. He does a little dance. They go to the club.
God. Yeah, they're going out. They're going out for a night on the town. They're snorting some coke in their car again.
They're right back to what they were doing.
In the back.
Fucking hell!
He has an awesome car crash.
Oh
yeah, it was
his,
great.
his left foot becomes
It's possessed. Yeah, it just starts moving around.
Starts doing its own thing.
Some reason it hits the clutch. Like I assume.
Yeah, it's shifting gears.
Yeah, but his hand's not possessed. I don't know why. They're sounding just shift. I don't know.
In the clutch. That's
The weaving through traffic and get the actual impact. It's great.
It's
and then the mangled body up against the fence is just.
Well, let's talk about the weaving through traffic because there is no car.
Yeah,
it is a clip image of it.
Yeah, just
inserted.
Inserted and then slided through. Wow, it's
It's something to see.
And so they crash, and the girlfriend is mangled and killed.
Yeah.
And then when the cops find him, or when the cops come upon the crash, they open up the door and they find the guy lopping his leg off with a pair of scissors, I think.
Yeah, he's like attacking his own leg, saying, and then he stabs himself in the face for some reason.
Yeah.
And then Dani turns up.
Yeah, then Dani turns up and kills the two cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great because it's really, really gruesome.
Yeah.
It's over the top and just great.
So, are we still on for tonight?
We certainly are.
Yeah, so there's a guy who works in an office. He's going out with this girl. He seems to be into some weird fetish type stuff that he looks up on
Rape.
Eight rape sites.
Oh, I forgot about 8 rape. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, there was something with burn victims in there too. And there was the main website that he goes to is
Sick Room.
Sick Room. So anyway, he takes this girl out. They go back to her place. She doesn't show up to work the next day. Her friend goes to look for her. She's all beaten up.
Yeah, he tells her to go up the stairs when they're at his house.
Yeah.
He stands all menacing, and that's that.
Yeah.
And then she's really beaten up.
Yeah, she's really beaten up, and they really don't go back to that again so much. She's beaten up. She doesn't want to come back to work.
Yep.
He's a creep.
Yep.
He's trying to look up this website.
He's like obsessed with this sick room thing.
Yeah.
And it's done by using a certain URL and
it keeps changing apparently. Yeah.
the host keeps changing it to mess with him. Yeah. So what works one day won't work the next, which is upping his stress, right?
Yeah. So he gets fired from his job and goes home and spends what looks like weeks because there's piles of mail piling up and stuff like that, trying to log into this sick room website. He logs in, finally gets in. And it's interactive snuff-ville.
Yeah. It's the most interactive website I've ever seen, actually.
Yep.
Because somebody's locked in a room with cameras all around the room, and there's all these drop-down menus, and it says weapon, and so you can pick between knife, axe, gun, chainsaw. And then there's action, and so you can stab, stroke, shoot. You can there's all these different, and then the body part, arms, legs,
testicles.
Genitals, that was good, man.
And then the force, you can choose fatal or brutal or light or so.
We were
it was a pretty interactive website, actually.
We were trying to stroke his genitals with a chainsaw. You really want to fucking freak him out?
So it's also $1,500 each time he does something.
Yeah.
It's
No matter
paid.
what.
Yeah.
Light or
Yeah.
brutal.
So like he.
So he got locked. What happened was he got locked out because he spent too much money and his limit on his credit card got breached.
So then the bailiffs came to his shit.
So the bailiffs came, took all of his shit, and also the company that runs sick room found him.
Well, no, he goes to a house and there's a midget.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same midget that's at the beginning of the movie that we didn't mention, because it literally, the film opens with a midget closing a door, opening it, something like that. And then he goes to the house and there's a midget, and the midget lives there. Oh, sorry, little person. And then he asks, he knows it's about the sick room, so he says, well, go out that door and go into the other one. And it feels like a shed.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he explains how they had all these computers and. Anyway, whatever.
But he gets tricked and led into the sick room.
Total Twilight Zone. He ends up in the sick room himself and gets killed.
Gets butchered, yeah.
And then, so the woman that's watching that episode of the sick room, she turns off the TV and she hears something. And she's looking around. And she's looking around and looking around. And then Dani Filth appears behind her and twists her neck.
The lead detective finds out about the list of people, and they're all connected to this, and the last name on the list is him.
I don't like being messed about.
I'm not messing.
Shooting you means nothing to me.
So then he goes to find Kemper to go visit him in the insane asylum and kill him, I guess.
Yeah, and kind of exact revenge and all that
He
stuff.
kidnaps the doctor to let him in. Now these are the first women in the movie who don't take their shirts off.
Yeah, every single female cast member
Yeah.
gets topless.
Yeah.
Besides her.
Yeah. So they get into the room. He's talking with Kemper. He's going to shoot him.
I teach them, Inspector, like I'm going to teach you and all those other skeptics. Teach me how to scream like a baby.
Dani Filth shows up.
Dani Filth is one of the riot guys.
Guards, security.
Yeah, when they bring in all the security guards. Yeah.
The guys with the welding helmets and the
Couch padding.
and the couch padding. Dani is revealed as one of the guards and starts killing them.
And then
He gets his head blown off by the cop.
Yes.
And then then he comes back to life.
No, then the cop starts to
shoot Kemper. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dani
He goes over to check on Kemper to make sure he's dead. Then Danny's just the bottom part of his face comes back to life and sits up.
and the weird alien tentacle thing comes out of his
spider.
head.
Yeah. That really looked cool. I really enjoyed when his head. He got up and it was.
And that's it, right?
Yeah, that was the end of the film. So James, would you recommend it? Do you think?
To people that, like Ben said, to people that have never seen the movie and that are fans of Cradle of Filth, for sure, why not? Check it out. But probably not to, I won't go around to work telling people to go check this movie out, that's for sure.
I saw it about 12 years ago, and I was excited to see it then because I was a big Cradle of Filth fan at the time. Still am. Still really enjoy their music, but yeah, I thought it was boring then. Still is today. It was kind of fun to sit down with a few people and watch it. That's probably your best option if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Grab some
Have
beer,
a few drinks,
sit down with a few of your friends. It's not the best film, but
good for a few laughs.
Yeah, for sure.
We had fun with it, but it's not recommendable.
That's going to do it for another episode of Real Metal. Hopefully, in the new year we'll get around to doing more of these more often. It's been a little tough this time around. Everyone's been busy. Plugs, Ben.
We doing plugs?
I don't know. Plug Carrion King, I suppose.
Your new album's coming on.
Yeah. Our EP for Carrion King's coming out. So it's nearly ready, and should be available soon. We're on Facebook, and Reverb Nation, and all those other ones. I'm not naming them. So yeah, if you like death, black metal, Yeah, check us out in the new year.
Check out the new Gales of Avalon album, Hope, and the audio play, and the movie Ghouls of Avalon, and everything else, Gales of Avalon.
Yeah, Gales of Avalon's new album should be available everywhere. It's on Spotify.
Soon to be on iTunes.
Yeah, the Apple Music should be on there soon. Any day now. Anywhere else you can get MP3s online, you'll be able to find it. Also, I'd like everyone to check out the Ghouls of Avalon movie, short film that we did, which is probably why you haven't seen many Real Metal episodes, because we were shooting a short film that's really ridiculous and funny, and put the link in, so you should check it out. Okay, if anyone would like to give us recommendations about what movie we should watch next, please leave that in the comments. We'd really appreciate it. And until next time, guys.
See ya.
We don't have any quote, do we?
No, we don't. Dani doesn't say much in the film. I wish he had said something so we could cut to him saying something right now.
Shit, there's nothing quotable in that movie.
No. Here's footage of the car.